Hello, dear listeners. How are you all? Hope all will be fine. My name is Callum, and I bring you scary ghost and amazing mystery stories. Today's story is a terrible tragedy that happened to someone, and I think you will get chills after hearing this story. Listen to the story till the end. Before starting the story, please like the video, and if you have come to our channel for the first time, then also subscribe to the channel. So let's start the story. It hasn't been easy for me with all those negative and frightening things occurring around me. The things that could go beyond extent, it just leaves instant goosebumps, and all I feel is insanity filled within me. I've always been a person who experiences dreadful events. You might think that I might have been used to it. Unfortunately, yes, but all entities aren't the same. They don't all want the same thing. Some are like your shadow. They live inside you, and this is what I've been going through. It all started when I was walking by the pavements on a late Friday evening, and all of a sudden I could hear a little girl giggling and talking. It wasn't really that loud. The sound seemed to be fading away. By curiosity, I looked around and saw a little girl who was on the roof with a book in her hand, and she seemed to be having a conversation with someone. She was responding to someone, laughing and cracking jokes. Hence, I tried to look at whom she was talking to. There was not anyone, but I could feel someone looking at me with a dead stare. It almost felt like there was a poltergeist, which made the background behind it look blurry. I felt a void inside my head, shivers all over body, but I just shook it off and continued my way home. The mere thought of that girl just gives me a melancholy feeling. I could feel my organs closing. It feels like I've been trapped. Well, I told my mother what I saw, and she told me maybe I've been feeling sick and I've been seeing things which are not real. I tried to digest it. I tried forgetting about what happened. I remember myself doing my homework that specific day, and there was an orange on my table. The orange turned in all kind of directions which caught my attention. Also, my table is very durable. It never moves no matter how much force I may put in it. So there's no way an orange can be moved by the table. The orange switched its direction by rolling on each sides and rolling forward, and finally it went backwards again. It might not seem like a big deal, but trust me, when I saw it happening, I was awestruck. That night, I slept early to cool off my mind, and suddenly I felt like something took over me. Something just took me away from where I was, and it felt just dark until I realized I was inside of something. I knew I was supposed to be sleeping on my bed at that time, but all of a sudden I could feel my heart pacing up and down, until I realized it wasn't really mine. I was instead of someone who was running miles, and I could feel the fatigue of how much the person ran, and out of blue the latter stopped and sat down while crying. It's weird how I could feel the emotions of that person, and something just felt like the latter was a man who was crying because he lost his family and was just thinking about his wife and son. But then everything went black again, and it felt like I teleported back to my bed, which made me feel so nauseous. I was so overwhelmed by what I just felt that I couldn't even sleep. Likewise, the next morning, my mom told me that she felt like she saw something the night before, which she stated was starry, and she couldn't remember probably, and thought she was imagining things. She saw a circular, sharp golden light coming from my window and taking me away. It always scares me how real it feels.